God bless you guys. This is Sean here from Faith Brings Change. I just want to come on here and talk to you about some stuff. First, I do want to say, Christina, if you're watching, you know, God bless you. I love you. I'm praying for you. I care for you. I care about all people. But, yesterday when I was sleeping, and a lot of times when I get emails from you, I'll be honest, it kind of burns me because it makes me feel like what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm saying something to bother you or whatever, uh, but please don't put it on my shoulders to make me have to prove like I love you, because all my life people have been asking me, prove yourself, Sean. This whole 3 days darkness thing, God's gonna, this is the last test I'm gonna prove myself through, and then God's gonna have me say to the world, prove yourself to me, because God is doing certain judgments and things. But please, when I'm building you up, Christina, or whoever, guys, if I'm building you up, please don't grieve me. Like they say, like God was telling in a heaven testimony, don't grieve your angels. When they encourage you, they want to see that their encouragements. Think about it this way, guys. Do you think that people will invest in you, encouraging you and be there, if when they try to encourage you, you won't receive their encouragements, but you'll keep talking defeated? They won't invest very much. I want to know my investment is going somewhere. When I sow my seed, I want to know that it's going to something. So please don't grieve me. When I say you're awesome, you're great, you're going to do awesome things, receive it. And please don't grieve me by accusing me of not loving or something like that, because I do love. But I can't be, I'm not Jesus Christ, even I'm still just a man, and Jesus, as he said to one person, flesh and blood cannot love you the way I can. Only, even the greatest of prophets and people, they can't love you. We can't love you, guys, the way Yeshua can. That's just how he created. Nobody can ever love that much. I mean, God is huge, And so give your hearts to him. And if you place your faith in any expectations, even the best of people, Elijah, whoever it is, me, whoever it is, you'll be disappointed, because, I'm walking in holiness, I'm walking in perfection, but you'll be disappointed because we still don't have that. God can only love. We can only love to an extent. God's love is unlimited. You have to understand. He's eternal. He's so wise, and he's had eternity to perfect his love and all that. But I'm just a flesh and blood person, and so when I encourage you, I want to see that my so please don't accuse me of not being there for you, or not caring, or whatever it is, or not or rejecting you. Please don't grieve me like that. My cross is already heavy enough. Please don't make it heavier for me, Christina. I mean, I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I want to talk to you, but please, it grieves me when I feel like not only do I got to carry my cross, I got to worry about if I got to tiptoe. If every time I say something, it comes across the wrong way, or maybe I didn't give in 10 minutes when I should have given 20 minutes to somebody. Or maybe I didn't give 20 minutes when I should have given 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever. And I've always just felt like people in life have tested me, always put the burden on me. Prove yourself, prove yourself, prove yourself. It's even at my job, at work, that I've gotten bigger raises than other people because I've really pushed myself. But I've noticed that the guys that work the hardest, I've been the most tested. They're like, prove yourself. And I'm like tired, it's like I'm tired of proving myself that I love or that I care about people. So please don't place that burden on me, Christina. I love you. I'll receive your stuff. But I can't talk all the time because I'm pouring out my flesh for you. My spiritual flesh is my word. That's what spiritual flesh is. The word that you got to eat Yeshua's flesh, drink his blood. That's you got to eat his word, drink his blood. So I'm pouring out the word of the Holy Spirit for you. And so to do that, I need to have time to get away to get these prophecies. Because guys, possibly Bibles could be confiscated after this. There could be a big persecution for the next 10 years. If it goes as big as some of the other prophets are saying, I've only been shown parts. There could possibly be a very awesome persecution, guys. and they could take away our Bibles. And so maybe that's why God is having me write Harvest, so you get a good amount of books. And maybe that's why. I don't know, But this Harvest book is worth like 5 or 6 different books combined. I mean, can you imagine like 40 chapters, like of the book of Exodus, like 40, 80, 90, 100. I don't know how many that is. 40, 80, 120, at least 4 or 5 books, that this is worth. And so it's a lot of information, and I'm doing it because I have to expose these things, and I only have so much time. I have about a month left, and I gotta run. I gotta buy this. I gotta sew this sackcloth suit together that I was told to preach in sackcloth. I gotta learn how to blow a ram's horn. I gotta punctuate it and everything. And so it's a lot of stuff, but I did want to talk to you guys about, what are you feeding yourself with? What are you feeding on, If you're feeding your mind with doubt and fear, that's what you're going to get back. So don't listen to those demons, Christina. Don't listen to them. When they say they don't love you, nobody cares about you, everybody's rejecting you. Don't give yourself to that. And don't make the mistake what I did when I was younger. I used to give myself self-pity, and it would make it worse. It would just tear open my wounds. And Yeshua taught me, never let anybody give you pity, and don't take any pity from them. And because every time you're doing that, you're opening a wound. And you need to encourage yourself. You need to think on good things. But because as long as you think about how bad you feel, you're just going to keep feeling worse. Like Yeshua told me when this woman I thought that was going to marry me, guys, she ended up marrying another person. That was part of what pushed me so high, because God threw me in the fire, so to speak. And I never stopped loving her, even to this day, but I had to let her go. And he said I was going to lift you up above this, and I was just weeping and weeping and weeping. He said that in the dream, I'm lifting you up above this. And after months and months of weeping, I'm like, well, obviously, I'm not being lifted up above this. Maybe there's something I got to do. What do you want me to do, God, for you to lift me up above this? And he says, I want you to let this go, and I want you to put your mind up here on me. So he taught me to abandon my pain. Just abandon your depression. I mean, crucify your depression. People don't understand that you can crucify your fear. You can kill it. You can crucify your depression. Stop watering those seeds. Stop thinking about them. Just crucify it. And start worshiping God. If you start worshiping God, that gets you out of yourself. But if you're thinking about how bad you feel, then it's going to make it worse. And it will make it worse for other people also. And if you're thinking about how bad you feel, because think about it. It's not just when I encourage people, it's not just so I can make them feel better. I want to be encouraged. Guys, I need to be encouraged too. When I encourage you, I need to see my encouragement, my investment is working. You're receiving it. And when you say nobody cares about me after I've already said I care about you and I love you, then that discourages me. So please, guys, don't test me like that. Like, ask me to prove myself, in that way, because I love you. It grieves my heart when people have said that to me. Or it have said, like, when I've been preaching the word to try to save people, that they say I don't care about them. That's grieved my heart so much, I've been to hell. I've seen people there. I don't want anybody to go there, But be careful about what you're feeding your mind with, guys. I didn't get to talk about all the things. I just want to do it briefly. Some other stuff that kind of proves that I am who I say I am until we get this other sign. When I was younger, I used to, I had a dream that one of my friends, I could just see her face. She was real close to me like this, crying. I thought it was like a horror movie, and blood was coming out of her mouth. Her teeth were knocked out. Her nose was cut off, and she was crying. And I got scared, and I kept having that dream over and over, and I told my mom, and she said, well, maybe you need to pray for her. And her name was Sarah, and I prayed for her, and then 2 weeks later, I prayed for her, the dream stopped, and 2 weeks later, she got in a car accident. That same thing happened to her. She got her nose cut off. She had to have it sewn back on. And my sister was going to get killed in an alley. Well, I had a dream that Jesus was talking to me in an alley saying, pray right now, your sister's in trouble in an alley. And I woke up, and I prayed for her. And then an hour later, she called me saying a person had a knife to her throat in an alley. And I've had tons of stories like that. I heard the audible voice of God was caught up to him, and he taught me about how doing miracles and stuff. And I laid my hands on my sister with the tumor. They told her she would die without the tumor removed. And I said, in Jesus' name, this tumor is gone with 0 surgeries. You would not have a single surgery because she was nervous to have a surgery. They told her she had to have surgery. And then I saw the x-ray of that, and that thing was removed supernaturally. And so God's been preparing me for this a long time. I've had several dreams before the coronavirus. I could see all these regulation stickers on the ground in my store, and I didn't know what they meant. And I was offended. I saw that 6-foot roll, and I was like, what, are they going to regulate us to breathe, you know? That was all this globalism, which it kind of is, but my point is I have tons of stories. I just don't have time to share all that stuff there. But the sign will be clear, guys, and I'm going to show it on October 6th, you know, so just please be ready. Please take this seriously. God stirred me up on this. I don't set dates. I've never been a date setter. I've always laughed at it. But if God visits you and you're talking to him, that's a different story, you know. Same way he did Moses. I mean, that's just what he did with me. So so he's got to tear down. That's what I mentioned last time. He's tearing down this old church structure so he can build a new one. And so if you want to be part of that, guys, just get ready for it, okay? I love you so much. I'm praying for you. Until next time, shalom.